the last tape that was made for Showbiz, wasn't it?
Alright.
I don't know.
That's a creative. Rig guitar.
Yeah.
That was the only rig guitar there was. Your daughter had a part in this, didn't she?
This isn't the same program they used for Chuck E. Cheese.
There she was. All of a sudden turn to a lead character.
It's almost like Santa's workshop. This building occupied by creative engineering in downtown Orlando. Its 20 employees are happily building and fixing, mixing, and molding, painting, and gluing the strangest things.
Trying to perfect a way to do it to humans.
They're putting all of these parts together to create characters your kids probably know very well if they go to Showbiz pizza parlors. Creative engineering has produced 2,000 of these musical robotic characters for 150 Showbiz pizzas across the nation.
Did you see the
The
bass
most
drum?
difficult thing is synchronizing
That's been
them up.
disconnected.
Alex and Tim program the movements into a master computer tape
That was
as
a
they
lie.
sing along with the music.
They don't know. Alex was the manager of the plant. Tim was in R&D.
I've heard this so many times that I knew exactly what was coming, and I have to anticipate it see before.
They do everything here. Make the robot frames, the computers, and record the tapes. One of the characters' voices is that of the company's owner. This is the miniature Billy Bob Show, which they hope to market to schools as a teaching aid. Creative engineering also does research and development. The moon rockers are to be a future sale item.
I wish they would have taken
The Wizard of Oz Scarecrow is their most sophisticated robot with 32 different movements. The Grumpy Tree is marvelous. All of these wonderful characters are by Creative Engineering in Orlando, a company that keeps a low profile while making it big with high tech. If you have an interesting product made in Florida, write me, Glenn Rinker, WCPX TV, Post Office Box 600 6000, Orlando 32860.
66,000. Well, no. He said it weird.
Well, I think you should go and do this. I'm trying to.
I need some different people for editing first.
See why he doesn't want to do it? Yeah, and you get it on this. It's
No, it's all right.
Does that look familiar, sweetie?
We'll let it sit up on edge. Like that to drain down.
I gotta show that to Steve. Here it is. Here's how we were supposed to have done it.
Okay.
Steve set it up on the block like that. We were making a Duke mask, and Steve set it up on the block, and he had it kind of suspended, kind of not really very well. And then he took a step and tripped over it and busted the mold into 4 pieces. But he figured out how to repair the mold. And he actually rebuilt the mold.
And he put plaster over it.
Lazo.
Yeah.
Ray died. He was working in the basement. That's our area we're working in here.
He died in the basement?
No.
Just to say, hold on.
And we keep it consistent, right? And we have a recipe for it, but it'll say something like, I know this would be a back shot. I found a hair piece. Good.
Ray was gay, and that was back when gay was very. You just didn't know anybody that was gay. It just didn't happen. But Ray was openly gay, and when we'd ask him about it and talk to him about it, he says, "Well, you're queer for girls." It took me a long time to understand what he meant.
Sure, I have a good hairline.
Steve really needs to see this, because in this are a few little tricks.
Because when it's done, this part is glued back and you have a perfect hairline.
Steve needs to see that, since he's trying to perfect how to do this. And look at that, there's a little strip up there. I wouldn't have thought that, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
See, she won't even return my calls
Trying to
now.
perfect a way to
She
do
won't,
it.
Alex won't, none of them won't. They won't return my calls because they don't have to answer to me anymore. That's their attitude.
She must be about 110 now anyway,
She
so.
looks like that bibbidi bobbidi boobity boobity girl on Disney, doesn't she?
Oh, the fairy godmother?
Is that who she is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the computer itself is a fixed-use computer. Okay, so when the audio tape plays, there's data in the audio.
I want to have you say that.
Bo stole more than any other employee.
Director of Operations.
He has that distinction. He was the first guy to ever steal cable. And of course, an excellent source of drugs of all kinds, including the Black Beauties that kept me up for 8 days in order to get that first show running in Jacksonville. I think it was. I suffered so much from staying awake constantly without getting any sleep. I still treasure my sleep like you wouldn't believe it now as a result of that horrifying experience of not going to bed for 8 days.
Wow.
You know, but what would happen is I would start to crash. I needed to work. I couldn't stop. And Bo would get me another Black Beauty, and I'd take it, and like in 15 minutes, I was like ready to go.
Okay, Alex, tell me, this is a continuous use or single-use computer.
Single-use type computer, it's designed for a specific purpose. It's really just designed to operate the characters for the show. The show is programmed in our studios, along with the soundtrack and the movements. And then
Let me sail that. Just tell me about this the programming on this, okay? I'm going to do some of that on the back.
Right.
Just, I need like 10 seconds on a single-use computer and why, how it operates this, okay?
Okay, a single-use computer takes one of the tracks of the audio tape and deciphers it into 96 individual movements that control the characters in the show. In the show, there are 2 tracks of audio, and they go into 2 different single-use computers. The single-use computers then decipher it into 192.
Look at all the wrinkles he has in his forehead. That's so funny because they got bigger and bigger and bigger over the years. He's got like an accordion on his forehead.
I'm Glenn Ranger. This is what your kids will probably recognize as the inside of Ralph T. Wolf. Now, he and all kinds of fascinating characters are made right here in Orlando. I'll show you at 11 o'clock tonight on Made in
There's the
Florida.
dragon over there on the left.
In Florida, don't miss that one out.
Yeah. Okay, very deliberately.
Rolling.
I'm Glenn Raker. This is the inside of what your kids will no doubt recognize as Ralph D. Wolf. Now, he and all kinds of fascinating characters are made right here in Orlando. I'll show you in Orlando.
Rolling.
I'm Glenn Raker. Meet the insides of what your kids will recognize as Ralph D. Wolf. Now, he and all kinds of fascinating characters are made right here in Orlando, and I'll show you tonight at 11 o'clock.
Rolling.
I'm Glenn
I
Raker.
thought that was a good take.
This is the inside of what your kids will recognize as Ralph D. Wolf. Now, he and all kinds of fascinating characters are made right here in Orlando, and I'll show you tonight at 11 o'clock on Made in Florida.
Look at that. There's some rare footage of the manufacturing plant.
Because I had you down there, I might be
No, wait a minute.
That's
Where are we?
great.
That's a Jefferson.
Pick up the head and get it all done.
Another wood floor.
Yeah.
I'll master.
Boy, you're observant. I can't put one past.
All right.
Yeah, the whole one time I've been there for an hour.
You're amazing. You guys are all amazing. Really.
I still say that's got to be Lazlo.
Yeah, see, he fucked up. He fucked up my Laszlo. He took the Laszlo mask
This is
off
really
and put it on that fucking
Now,
pirate.
who else would think of doing this to a fan? This is really a fun place to work. Who else would think of doing this to a fan?